Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply.
Looking to buy your dream home or rent that perfect apartment? With the Redfin app, you'll know the moment your next place hits the market. Set up your gotta-have-it wish list, and Redfin will send you real-time notifications for properties that match. And when you're ready to see it in person, scheduling a tour is just a tap away. Thinking about selling? Redfin can do that too. In fact, Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so they know how to get the best price for your home. And with a listing fee as low as 1%, Redfin charges half of what others often charge. So you could save big, like really big. Last year, Redfin saved home sellers $118 million. So whether you're buying, renting, or selling, Redfin's ready to help you win. Download the Redfin app and start searching today.
Now, don't go away, because next on CBS Radio's Comedy Time are those two zany characters of many characters, Bob and Ray.
And now Bob Elliott and Ray Goulding present the CBS Radio Network. Hi there.
Ladies and gentlemen, a good evening to you.
And here we are, rolling into another weekend.
Boy, I'll say.
Boy, they roll right by, don't they?
Well, we're getting into a little cooler weather. It's a little more comfortable. That's one thing that we can be glad of.
Yeah.
The great Bob and Ray Bird is again in fine fettle. He always seems to get better toward the end of the week. And we're looking forward to some interesting features tonight, including Lawrence Fecthenberg.
Yes, and Wally Blue has a very interesting
interview.
Oh, I couldn't place this fellow for a second. Curvier's wandering CBS accordionist.
Playing with new verve there, isn't he?
Are you playing with new verve? He walked in, I understand, on the Andy Griffith show and used up 3 of his 5 minutes the other day. Yeah, and Andy was as mad as a hen who got hold of a batch of chicken feed, you know.
I'll bet. Well, that's taking a pretty big... He's got to be careful what studios he walks
in. So long, Kirby. Terrific morale builder.
Curvier, ladies and gentlemen, his accordion and his tunes.
And his morale building. As I was saying before he arrived on the scene, Wally Ballou has a very interesting tape that arrived via airplane not hours ago from Europe. And
days ago.
Yeah, that's right. I knew it wasn't hours ago. So, Joe, if you'd thread that up, let's have the latest Wally Ballou interview, please.
Wally Ballou, far-flung correspondent for Bob and Ray, greeting you from the beautiful Isle of Guernsey. Here we're standing in the factory which turns out your Golden Guernsey Super 4, one of the greatest small cars that boats in America are latching onto with ever-increasing speed. The Super 4 for 1960 is being put together on the assembly lines here. I'm going to chat with Mr. E. Farnsworth Fotheringill, who is the foreman of this particular branch of the Guernsey organization. What do they call you, EF, Mr. Fotheringill?
They call me EF, yes, and I emigrated to the Isle of Guernsey about 12 years ago, Mr. Ballou.
Where was your home originally, sir?
Terre Haute.
Is that so? And so you're bringing some of the American know-how and ingenuity to your job,
No, I've picked up a lot of their know-how and ingenuity since I've been here. develops.
Well, now, I can't see anything except the assembly line. All of the cars are covered with...
That's right. This is the new 1960 model, and we have it covered for very good reason. We don't want to have pictures or premature publicity on this automobile, so we do it ourselves.
Keeping it highly secret. When will the folks back in the States have a chance to look at the...
Oh, another 2 or 3 weeks, they'll be able to see this beautiful Golden Guernsey Super 4.
Well, now, there's one here with a cover on it, and I want to just point out what I can of the features.
Well, you'll notice that...
Can I reach under it and touch it?
Yes. Well, a lot of our work is along the assembly line. You notice have to work that way. Put their hands under the canvas and more or less feel around.
In other words, they don't even know what it's going to look like when it finishes up.
They don't have any idea. As a matter of fact, I only have a very sketchy idea of it myself.
Let me see what... I think I feel a cigarette lighter.
Yes, that's probably right. I recognize that. But then there hasn't been much of a change in that this year.
No, they seem to be the same. It has quite swept-back lines, I would guess.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't say.
Could you tell me what that little bump there on the, what would be the hood?
Now, that little lump there, I think, is somebody's lunchbox.
Oh, I see. Let's move on to one of the other. Each one of these cars covered with the... tarpaulin seems to have different bumps on it. Are they different models, or...?
Well, here again, I guess I'm probably the only fellow here that you shouldn't be talking to, as I say.
Let me feel under this one, will you? Hey,
look now. Better work on this thing, buddy.
Oh, I guess that's one of your workers.
Hey, Wes.
He's working in the dark under there, isn't he?
You grabbed my wrench, buddy.
Oh, here it is. You can have it back.
I was just attaching the engine.
Do you have any trouble with spies sneaking into your factory yet? Do they ever...
Well, they attempt to get in from the competitors, you mean? Yeah. Sure. They've tried to get in here. We caught 2 this morning.
What do you do with them when you...
shoot them.
Well, I think we've had a look anyway at a rough idea of what we can expect from the Super Golden Guernsey Super 4 for 1960. And we'll be looking forward to their...
I don't even know whether the motor will be in the front or the rear, to be honest.
Haven't decided that, huh? Or you don't know yourself?
I don't really know.
Well, it'll be a big hit when it hits the market, I'm sure. And thanks for talking with us, Mr. Fothergill. And this is Radio's Wally Ballou, returning you to New York.
Thanks, Wally. And that's something to look forward to. The new Golden Guernsey Super 4.
I haven't heard about that, but be looking forward to seeing it. And I'm looking forward to hearing this right now.
Hi, partners. I'm going to explain the difference between ordinary stereo phonographs and Columbia Stereo 1. Listen to an oil well on ordinary stereo. Now listen to it on Columbia Stereo 1. Man, there's a real 1,000-barrel-a-day sound. The difference is Columbia's stupendous stereo projection, not just a couple of speakers shooting in different directions. Columbia gives you the real thing, fills every inch of the room with all the sound and feeling of a live performance. And I mean a Texas-sized room. Man, ain't that the prettiest money-making sound? Get down to your Columbia phonograph dealer and ask. Demand to hear Stereo 1 by Columbia. Why, they start as low as $39.95 for portables, $129.95 for consoles. Somebody cap that well, we're losing a fortune.
And now, chocolate cookies with white stuff in between them brings you another episode of Lawrence Fecthenberg, Interstellar Officer Candidate.
At the Interstellar Space Academy, preparations for attracting the spaceship carrying Lawrence and Mark are now complete. The giant magnet is in place. The Commandant is standing by with Fecthenberger's mother and father as local broadcaster Larry Lovebreath describes the activity to his listeners.
Hi, everybody. This is Larry Lovebreath here with my WI5M-OZT microphone. Talking with some of the people here. As you know, Mr. and Mrs. Fecthenberg are here anxiously awaiting the return of their son, Lawrence, the interstellar officer candidate who's been orbiting the Earth at 1 mile. And I think before they're due over, I wonder if we might talk with the commandant, sir. I wonder just if you could explain to those listening here in Walpole just how you plan to get this thing down.
Just covering the whole of Walpole?
Yes, going from one end of town to the other.
Well, as you know, we put on a great campaign amongst the school children to turn in their little magnets. They get in candy boxes and what they can buy at the 5 and 10.
Yes, sir.
They turn them in. We, in turn, melted them down and produced this giant, huge magnet, which will, we believe, by our calculations, throw the spaceship.
This broadcast is brought to you by Myrtle's Ice Cream Shop on Main Street. Remember, the next time you feel like cooling off with a soothing ice cream soda, try Myrtle's for a never-to-be-forgotten black and white, strawberry, or coffee. Ice cream soda, 30 cents. 2 scoops, 40 cents. Okay, Commandant.
Well, now in just a few moments, do they have vanilla?
Well, it's not in the commercial.
Yes. In just a few moments, the giant magnet, which is now in place, as you can see over there, will attract the spaceship in which Lawrence and Martha are prisoners to the Earth.
Not a commercial. Blowout at 80 miles an hour can be no fun. So have Steve check your tires tomorrow. Steve, 11 Pine Street, right opposite the big dump. Now, go ahead, Tom.
Well, that's about it. We're just waiting now, and I'm just getting a signal that the spaceship has been sighted.
Oh, yes.
It's the closest point to Earth when it comes over the academy.
Let me take over now and describe this, Commandant, please.
Mother,
yes, coming up from the southwest.
Mother,
you can see the ship bearing Mellish and Fecthenberger. The Commandant is issuing orders now. Yes, they're going to...
Attention, men! Turn on magnet!
Now, the turning on the magnet, you can probably hear that sound, and it's going to attempt to pull from the sky.
Here comes the spaceship, Mother.
It's working. It's working. The spaceship with Fecthenberger and Mellish is slowly coming to Earth. The magnet is working, ladies and gentlemen.
How are you got, men? Coming easy now.
Terrific applause greets the landing of Lawrence Fecthenberger and Mark Mellish. And now, in just a few moments, the door will swing open, and we're sure Fecthenberger and Mellish will step through.
They are, Mother. Hello, Lawrence.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Welcome back, Fecthenberger, and you too, Mellish.
Thanks, Commandant. No more sneering now. We're delighted to be home and back again. Just this Larry Love breath of my W15NOZT 8 microphone. I wonder, Mr. Mellish, if I could speak with you for just a second.
Yeah, sure thing, Larry.
What was the most, or the biggest disappointment you had while you were going about the...
Well, we had a lot of them. I guess the biggest one was when those sandwiches arrived, the bacon, lettuce, and tomato, and there was no mustard on it, no mayonnaise on it.
That's right. I'll go along with Mellish on that. That was one of our big disappointments.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if you could tell us something that happened while you were out, something exciting that...
Something that happened? Well, when we got the Polaris, we were captured by them...
Better let me describe this, Mellish.
Okay.
Fill in the details. When we arrived at the North Star of Polaris, we were captured by these little people who live there.
What's that, Fecthenberger? Captured by little people?
Did you say you were captured by little people?
You're trying to make a fool out of the entire Space Academy, Fecthenberger?
It's the truth, sir.
True, Commandant.
On my school, it's the truth. We were captured by little people.
Yes, I'm sure. Open with the guards. Open with the guards.
Hey, this is Larry Lovecraft.
Take these men to warning.
Difficult time sustaining myself.
Hey, you
But it appears that Lawrence and Mark are going to have their wigs fixed for a few days.
So it seems that the Commandant of the Space Academy doesn't believe Lawrence and Mark's story that they were captured by the little people of Columbus. It will take a lot of explaining for Lawrence to convince the Commandant that they really were. You'll want to be with us next time when we'll hear Lawrence say,
Just a moment, Commandant. I think I've taken a picture of them. Here, develop this film.
in the next episode of Lawrence Fecthenberger, Interstellar Officer Candidate. And I think we have just a second or two to say hello to one or two of the folks here in the audience. Tony, how about you, man? How are you?
Jeff,
good.
I've enjoyed your program
Well,
for
wonderful.
almost 35 years.
Well,
I've tuned you in
We haven't been on that
every
long.
single morning
Yeah.
and night.
well, we've been on different times, but I don't think quite that long. How about you, sir?
Certainly withstood the ravages of time.
We look much younger than you thought we would, don't we?
Certainly do.
And I want to thank you for talking to us. And
All right.
Well, I don't think I have too much time. I'd like to thank everybody who helps the show along here. Vic Cowan, our director, and Orion Martin, and Tom Sheedy, Joe Cabibbo, and Joe Alonzo. And we'll be back on Monday, and we hope you have a nice weekend.
until then,
This is Ray Goulding, reminding you to write if you get work.
Bob Elliott reminding you to hang by your thumb.
For Just Entertainment, I'll catch up from weekdays on the CBS Radio Network.
KNX, AM and FM, CBS Radio in Los Angeles. CBS Radio in Los Angeles.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply.
The Avengers radio series, a cultural phenomenon in South Africa back in the 1970s. South Africa was a country with no national television service. It wasn't until 1976 that the country would get its first taste of television broadcasts. But before that, radio was the primary medium of entertainment and information for the masses. This was the context when The Avengers, a British spy-fi series, made its debut on South African radio and became a cultural phenomenon. The Avengers was a British television series that originally aired from 1961 to 1969. The show revolved around the adventures of John Steed, a suave and sophisticated secret agent, and his various female associates. The series was a unique blend of traditional spy thriller elements with science fiction and fantasy, which set it apart from other shows of its time. While the series was hugely popular in the UK and had also made a significant impact in the American markets, being one of the rare British series given a network transmission slot, it was virtually unknown in South Africa. This was primarily due to the lack of a national television service in the country until 1976. However, as a film series, The Avengers was able to gain some exposure in South Africa through film rentals. But it was the launch of the radio series that truly brought The Avengers to the masses in South Africa. Come and listen at www.myclassicradio.net.